Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Doki Literature Club. It's gonna be my second time playing the game. I'm gonna try for a different route this time. Sorry for the technical difficulties from last time. I honestly don't know what was going on, but as far as I can tell, everything's working perfectly fine. Did a little bit of a test stream to, prove that. So let's try for a different route this time, man. And Yuri's acting crazy, even though, I related to her the most, aside from the knife and stabbing themselves kind of thing. Like, you got that one, Yuri. You got it. So let's get it started. I enter that name again. We go again. Knowing woman that's coming from the towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air, and she's totally oblivious to any attention she might have drawn to herself. Let me know if y'all can hear me, if everything's okay. Alright. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep and more frequently, and I would get tired of waking up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Might as well come up with new jokes while I'm saying this. You gonna run away on some Wile E. the Coyote-ish? Are you the Road Runner? That used to be my show back in the day. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait up for you. Alright, you say it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, John. Well, if people stared at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine. Leave this chick. Alright. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have to in you to be meaner, even if you wanted to. Whatever you say, Sayuri. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with the other students making their daily commute. By the way, John, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I know, y'all. You're like, why is he reading the exact same thing? Shouldn't he try to at least, skip to the important parts? No, I'm gonna read it again, simply for new followers. Yeah, I'm that way. I haven't been looked at either. That's not true. You told me you could have joined a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in many of conversations while I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayuri likes to worry a little much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting on by the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Huh? Yeah, I still f anime, man. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayuri wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I had no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayuri? Sayuri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't even need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought you'd know. Know what? Well, that you can come to my club. Sayuri? Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayuri is the vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to go to the anime club. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. Seriously, after what I'm going through, I wouldn't keep it either. I can't tell if Sayuri is really much of an airhead or is she so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for the third year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Trying to get next to you, and every little thing you do, and the boot you put me through, I'm not doing it. Oh man, Sayuri always sings nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to keep the atmosphere. And John, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. The one that keeps giving me these L's. And constantly and continuously gonna give me L's. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayuri. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, John. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica, probably the smartest, the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, John. We made a room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them, I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls had a few desks to arrange to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened that so there's one place next to Monica and one space to sit next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat to Sayori. Natsuki probably marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen ripe fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica and I follow. It's delicious! Yuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing in her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I haven't heard this somewhere before. Made them for you or anything. You heard it before in a manga. I wanted to say that before last time, but you know, giving you the chance. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, no, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a seat. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before settling down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this club room? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could have probably been a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing about arguing about the budget and publicity and how prepared for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Space. Monica's really a great leader. I suppose she is. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised that there weren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. What do you think I'm trying to do, woman? but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we all can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So John, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri tranced the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Yeah, you like to craft something else. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reversed and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of their own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I could relate at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Someone as gentle as you? I guess you can say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write something about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Left a piece of scrap paper behind the club last week. It looked like you were going on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is as cute as you are. Sayuri sides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sat in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Huh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, John? Monica smiles warmly at me again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lost my train of thought. All four girls stabbed me with dejected eyes. But if you know what I've been through with at least each four of you, you know why I want to be out. Only if John knew. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm sorry, I thought... John? You all... I'm defensive against these girls. You need to be more defensive. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks I guess. Okay everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring the next meeting so we all can share. Okay, John and I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. You're looking to see how I don't care. Yeah, after what I've been through. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey John, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Pick words that you think is your favorite club member would like. Something good might happen with whoever you like to come home the most. Let's get it. I'ma try. Okay. Had to choose there. Hi again, John. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Hahaha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping our promise, John. I hope this isn't too overwhelming for a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here to hang out or what. But if you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. I must have missed that from last time gameplay. Are you trying to hand me the hands? Are you trying to throw down no Jaden Yugi? Let me stop playing. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in their club room. Right, all you do is watch anime, chill out. Natsuki found herself struck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. John always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even me asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayuri, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and John could become good friends too. Sayuri. As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something for today, you know? Wait, Sayuri. Me? No, not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayuri made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, don't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book and thought you might enjoy it. It's a short read, so it keeps your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you want it. This is... How's a girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like when she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down to the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related to myself like this? Guess I should always read the book Natsuki gave me. But I'm feeling a little tired to read. I should probably fall asleep right now. I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on one of Sayuri's conversation with Monica. We're probably going to seem really lame compared to all the other club stuff. But we can't give up. Festival is our chance to show everyone that literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. It doesn't solve the problem though. Huh? What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberate like this. Huh? That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? Facts. What kind? Oh, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! No, not no cupcakes. Dang it, I had cupcakes not too long ago. Can it be something else? Cookies? I don't know, donuts? Mean on the scene takoyaki? Something? Or taiyaki? I don't know. Good thinking. I'm thinking of any type of examples they would eat in Japan for a snack. Natsuki would love to do that. You're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it? Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Cupcake it is then. I'm hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. That's the problem with clubs. They gotta understand we're in after school hours. Cats are hungry. You know we go to them dang lunchroom times. You know you dang well that food won't fill you up. You gotta pay $1.25 or $1.50 just to get a meal. Or if you're on welfare, you pay for nothing at all. Because you guys skip breakfast because breakfast was only like an hour and a half after it hits like 7 o'clock starting, and then it ends at like 8 or 8:30. Schools need to chill out with that, man. Making me mad, like. I swear, I believe breakfast should end at 10 o'clock a.m. every single morning. If you're not on some 24-hour situation. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind into things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling in my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. Isn't it your fault for sleeping like that? This isn't the napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You were staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have much less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days past this week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glanced around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look at your hair sticking out all around here. Like low key, I didn't even pick this before, but you getting straight flame, Sayori. God dang! I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's toothpaste stains on your collar right there. I tried to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want you to embarrass you. Unfortunately, I don't care about that. Hey, you meanie. And don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayuri, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I started to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh boy, this is so funny. Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Don't say that. You make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? I did this when I bought it. You gotta be careful. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so... why does it feel so strange to see Sayuri's blazer buttoned up like that? But it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Sayuri hesitantly unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew! That's so much better. Sayuri puts her arms out and twirls around. So if I keep unbuttoning, then again, I won't get a good boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't let you do things like this. And you take care of me. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. That's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Huh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little bit earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so. Huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayuri. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Eh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! John, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I fall to the ground enthusiastic, but Sayuri still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I'd never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share it with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically put out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can't really see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Okay, well let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't like giving you my opinion. Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. Yours was supposed to show some dumb poem and make me go like, huh, well that's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki retort gets caught in her throat. You're so... you don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I said that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss. Right, and trust me, your boy Exile Tao takes a lot of L's. When am I gonna get the true W in my life? That she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What is this? Stop. Yeah, I told you that we weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme in the end, but that made it fall flat on purpose. I'm telling you, Natsuki, be in my next mixtape. We gonna write the craziest bars since... Alright, whatever. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. And that's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old it is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright, so, I'm gonna go with Sayori. Oh my goodness, this is so good, John. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, writing poems as a kid. I mean, alright, I was decent at writing poems, but the problem is, I wasn't like anything special that everyone would like to see me write poems. What's up with you, Sayori? Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a John poem. Man, if you knew how I wrote my poems in real life, my poems is not so simple as, you know, happy-go-lucky feeling poems that anyone can just understand it just because they know me. And that's what makes it extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, John. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be a way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now will you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Alright, Sayori's poem is again called Sunshine. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub to the sleepy from my eyes. Are you gonna ask me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori. You seriously remind me of that one SpongeBob episode I watched when Patrick made like a song and he was talking about I forgot the song is called. Dang. Patrick wants a sandwich, something like that. Whatever. Sayori. This is just a guess, but this is wait until this morning to write this. No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It just sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all crinkly. I know, the way I say breakfast is kind of like, why that? I'm not forcing it, people. That's actually how I say it. It's kind of weird. I've had that since I was little. It has like a Transylvanian type of accent-y type of thing. I don't know why. Well, actually I do know why, but that's for another video. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I could look forward to it. Okay. I'm gonna go with Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passed, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it through it. So it's that bad? No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. I might take Yuri a while to get used to you new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Everyone dies, huh? Yeah. I'm going through the route. It's my second route of the game. It seems that's the case. It seems like that will be the case. How's it going on, then? GJ man, how's it going? Her stammer is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the last of time, the last to be replaced by sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm breathing air of the present, but leaving in the past, the lightning flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry I have such a terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking it at all. But if you took a long time to read, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, John. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining places of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot of more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Alright, now it's time for Monica. Hi, John. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring these things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, I wanted to share your poem with you. It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, John. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you. It sounds like you two are really careful about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can feel that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. I could take a little while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everywhere else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, don't you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction that sparkle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel line like film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retain us. Already scorched into a permanent copy of meaningless image. It's just a hole, a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freedom, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style hasn't gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been put in emphasis of the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure of how to put it. I guess you can say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influenced by poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tighten it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just improve your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Phew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. As if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayuri and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read them in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What is this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki's dismissive returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it didn't really come out nice at all. Well, I'll do a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. You didn't ask me, which people did, by the way. Sayuri liked it, and John did too. So, based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to repress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that John appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose moves magically grew a size bigger as soon as John started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. John, she's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could just get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The reader should jump out of the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, John. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings in the meaning that most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessary, limiting itself, but also a waste. You understand that, right, John? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know everything about writing. But whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. At this point, I'm gonna ask for help! Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayuri? Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayuri uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? John. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to inject her own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayuri wants to tell Yuri that what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are one of the people. Why are you crying? Chill out. I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful picture in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute, and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayuri stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayuri is vice president. I whispered to Nana. She nods in return. To be honest, I might have come off as a good leader and I organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means that Sayuri is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You can say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she was exactly kind on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to such a genuine person really does make a good president. I won't have to give a chance to talk to her anymore. Okay, everyone. Sayuri and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayuri, about what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? That kind of happened outfit? No. That was really the first time I seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. You know, John, it's nice to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sayuri still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but is it really going to stop there? We just have to see what the future holds, Sayuri. I patted Sayuri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her. It's easy to use Sayuri as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna try to do more streaming tomorrow. This was just a little bit of a snack to get back in shape for the game. We'll see what happens with the next person I decide to take a route with. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, XL shout out.